Negative one is negative 275 billion. So one apple spoils the bunch when it comes to racial equity. One apple spoils the bunch when it comes to mobility. One apple spoils the bunch when it comes to movements that move on to exist and no longer is it attached to movement. Meaning you move into a higher ground and then you solidify that foundation. In these days and times we're living in right now, it's a beautiful time to do what's right now. It is so easy to be led astray. It is so easy to go with the pack. It is so easy because when you're wrong, you don't care no more. So we're just going to assume y'all never cared. So now, please tap out, unfollow, unsubscribe, move on, because we don't want to be a part of your emotional instability and then just a quick change when the change comes. Keep that same energy. You're not deserving for a better life if you're not seeking a better life. Although we know you will receive that better life in the midst of, but you will be one of the ones lying, making it seem like you was a part of it, ain't got nothing to do with nothing, ain't got no talent, no gifts, no nothing, out there lying, because it is you who keeps the bullshit going. Any Bible, Quran, or word of God that have a spiritual consciousness, it was a good thing when they got on one sheet of music. It was a good thing when they got on one accord. It was a good thing when they were hook, line, and sinker on which direction, which path that they're going to take. And they all was in agreement, and it was confirmed that it was the right path, regardless of the ones that just want to bet against it. Because it's crazy how the ones that bet against it is always the one in the party turning up when we win. Always. And this is sad. But like I said, the only way this works is if the alpha males come out, because the beta males and the theta males and black women been in charge the whole time. Since 1964, since the Civil Rights Acts, and since the killings of Dr. King, Malcolm X, John and Bobby Kennedy, the Black Panthers, and all this other stuff, and then the nuclear bombs that they threw at us, the crack and AIDS and everything else, busting up the nuclear family welfare. So when the beta males and the women was in charge, we thought we was in good hands. We have career politicians that have been serving as politicians for years, their entire careers. And things are getting worse and it's not getting better. So therefore, if this was a business, listen, we have to skin the fat. How can these people continue to be in charge when this Fortune 10,000 company is failing? There's a racial equity gap. So the racial equity gap is the reason. So race is the grace of black people. Wow. You see how that works? And I'm writing this stuff down. So, man, I'm telling you, our race is our grace. So we thought we was in good hands. We wasn't. This wasn't Allstate. So now we see their resume. Up until now, the resume looked like it was cool, but it looked like the resume is not working out. And then if you look at the system of how it's working, and it's just not looking good. So the beta males and theta males and black women have been in charge the whole time. So there's no way we can allow them to continue to be responsible for us, because we are no longer the liabilities of the demonic rule Democratic Party. So this is our exodus. This is our moment in time. This is the shock and awe and the Big Bang Theory, which will soon become science of the 21st century. We won. We won. Like I said, sports is the greatest metaphor. So when you know you have your opponent on their heels, when you know you have defeated your opponent and there's still time on the clock, that's the best feeling ever. That's the best feeling ever. You start to look in the crowd and see where the homies at in the stands because we got this. You know, you start talking a little smack. You start feeling a little good. You're looking at the clock. Ain't no way they can come back and beat us. So, you know, these last few minutes, yeah, it's going to be a good thing. And this is what it is. We are on the clock. Black America, black men, we are on the clock. What are we going to do? And what are we going to do is what we're already doing. We just have to mount up. It's time. Happy Friday. It's time. Happy Friday. It's time. And I hope white folk don't get scared and think we're going to do something because we have no interest in doing anything but right. We're not cut from the cloth that you cut from. We don't want to kill you. We don't want to murder you. We don't want to rape you. We don't want to do nothing. We want our social situation and circumstances to change, and we're going to do that. We want our economic situation to change. We're going to do that, and we want to change the trajectory of our youth through youth development, and it's going to come with the working of the hands. So it's now time to really start organizing, and let's be proactive and work through the summer and roll into this fall ready to roll, because black women, baby boomers, Seder males have failed us politically, because clearly anybody that's in American politics right now have got a failed grade. Careers are ruined. And I don't know how they are going to bounce back from this, because when they start talking, we're going to keep the same energy, because they are, and they will be soon, a lost cause. So that's my time, man. And thanks for tuning in to A Better Black America, the #1 urban podcast stateside and worldwide. Now, we're gearing up. So go to A Better Black America TV on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I got a podcast channel that I have not introduced yet. So it's on YouTube, but it's going to be coming out. Go to Conservatives of America-COA, Conservatives of America-COA.org. You know, invest your pennies and nickels, because the best nation in the world is a donation, and we're getting that together too. So you guys are going to learn and understand that we did have a plan. And finally, we got an opportunity, you know, in conjunction with Harvard, both campuses, you know, Harvard Society, Harvard Law, along with the entire Ivy League system, the declassification of the Series 9 versus the Series 6's DNA, and all these things that's going on. And we're going to have these conversations because it is time for America to see who we truly are. Because baby boomers, women, Seder males, you know, are the chosen ones for our opposition. And the reason they don't want to hire us or put us in that situation, because they are intimidated, because they know that they're fraudulent. I'm telling you, how many times was, you know, somebody or a situation or this group of people thought they was the shit until some real niggas showed up. Come on now. You remember them Chrysler 300s hit the block and the nigga rolled up in a Phantom and everybody, you know, vamped out. Yeah. Or, you know, I've been in situations where my group, you know, we came late and the ladies thought that this was the group. And when we walked in, them niggas had to roll. They had to go because you thought you was the shit till them real niggas showed up. So this is what we're doing. And real niggas don't like violence. We defend ourselves, but we don't want gang banging. We don't want crime. We don't want murder and pillaging and mayhem. We don't want none of that. We want safe streets. We want our children's to be blessed. We want to have opportunities that prior generations had. Because in the late 80s and 90s, they, you know, took every program out. to make sure that this slavery clause paid out. And now they're going to have to find some reserves because this compensation, more so, they haven't seen this one coming. Because this is a human rights situation. This is an opportunity for humanity to stand up and understand what's right. Because we cannot build and destroy at the same time. So any negativity must be thrown out because we're making a decision to build. OK, and that's the number 8. We're going to build. And that number 9, that means we're born. And after we're born, we're going to complete the cycle. And that number 1, that knowledge, the first gift God gives us. So we're going to use that knowledge because knowledge is the key, because God's people will not perish due to the lack of it. And if I have to be a beacon of this knowledge, then so be it. But like I said, because I care, and I don't understand how you all of a sudden don't care all of a sudden. So if you don't care now, you never cared. And with that being said, thank you for tuning into a Better Black America podcast, the #1 urban podcast stateside and worldwide. Until next time, peace out. Happy Friday to you.